I'm 92 years old. I've owned this house for 58 years. Bought it in 1966 for $23,000. It's worth $680,000 today. And I'm not leaving it to my children. Not out of spite, not because I don't love them, but because they didn't earn it, and I did. My name is Edward, and I'm going to tell you 3 things you can do with your house instead of automatically leaving it to your children. 3 alternatives that put you back in control of your biggest asset. Because somewhere along the way, we all accepted this idea. The house goes to the kids. No, it doesn't. Not unless you decide it does. Let me tell you when I realized my children had already claimed my house. 2 years ago, my daughter Patricia came to visit. She was walking through the rooms, measuring, taking photos. I asked Patricia, "What are you doing?" She said, "Oh, Dad, just thinking about when we inherit this." Mark and I were discussing whether to sell it or rent it out. Inherit. Not if. When. They'd already decided it was theirs. They were already making plans for my house while I was still living in it. And I realized they thought this house was their inheritance, their financial plan, their retirement cushion. My 58 years of mortgage payments, my 58 years of property taxes and repairs and maintenance, my equity. They'd claimed it without ever asking if I planned to give it. Before I tell you the 3 alternatives, let me tell you why your children don't automatically deserve your house. I bought this house in 1966, $23,000. My wife Margaret and I saved for 3 years for the down payment, $4,600. Every penny we had. We paid a mortgage for 30 years, $287 a month. Doesn't sound like much now, but in 1966, that was a car payment, groceries for a month, everything. We painted every room ourselves, fixed every broken pipe, replaced the roof twice, maintained it, improved it, lived in it. My children, they grew up here, sure. They have memories here, fine. But they didn't make a single mortgage payment. They didn't pay for the new furnace in 1998. They didn't replace the windows in 2003. They didn't maintain the yard for 58 years. This house is not their birthright. It's my asset that I built, that I paid for, that I own. And what I do with it is my decision, not theirs. There are 3 alternatives to leaving your house to your children. 3 things you can do that put you back in control. And I'm going to tell you all 3, with real examples of people who chose each option. Because the automatic assumption that the house goes to the kids, that needs to die. You have choices, and I'm going to show you what they are. Alternative number 1, sell your house now. Take the equity and spend it on your life. This is the most radical option and the most liberating. I watched a man named Frank do this. Frank was 86, owned his house for 52 years, paid $18,000 in 1970, worth $520,000 in 2022. His two children assumed they'd inherit it, split it, sell it, use the money for their own lives. Frank sat them down one day and said, "I'm selling the house. I'm moving to a condo, and I'm spending the money." Silence, shock. Then his son said, "Dad, that's our inheritance." Frank said, "No, it's my equity. You didn't earn it. I did." He sold the house for $520,000. Bought a small condo for $180,000. Cash. Had $340,000 left after taxes and fees. And he spent it. Hired a full-time caregiver, traveled, ate at good restaurants, upgraded his life completely. His children were furious. "You're being selfish. You're spending our money." Frank said, "It was never your money. It was always mine." Frank died last year at 89. He had $12,000 left in the bank. Enough to bury him, nothing more. His children got the condo, worth maybe $190,000 now. Split two ways, $95,000 each. Not the $260,000 each they'd planned on. But Frank lived 3 years of comfort, care, and joy. Professional caregivers, no burden on anyone. Trips to places he'd always wanted to see. Meals he actually enjoyed. He died having lived, not having saved for people who already had their own houses. That's alternative one. Sell the house. Spend the equity. It's your money. Spend it on your life. Alternative number two. Get a reverse mortgage. Stay in your house and spend the equity while you're alive. This option lets you keep the house, but access the money now when you can actually use it. I watched a woman named Dorothy do this. Dorothy was 84, owned her house outright, worth $450,000, lived there 48 years. Her daughter kept saying, "Mom, this house is going to set us up when you're gone." Planning, counting, waiting. Dorothy went to the bank, got a reverse mortgage, $215,000 available to her. Her daughter found out, furious. "Mom, you're taking out a loan against our house?" Dorothy said, "It's not your house, it's mine, and I'm using my equity." Dorothy used that money for 5 years, hired help when she needed it, $3,000 a month, took her grandchildren on trips, created memories, fixed everything in the house that had been broken for years, lived comfortably. When Dorothy died at 89, the house was sold. The reverse mortgage company got their $215,000 plus interest, about $280,000 total. The house sold for $470,000. Dorothy's daughter got $190,000. Not the $450,000 she'd expected. But Dorothy got 5 years of comfort. She got to spoil her grandchildren. She got to live in a house that actually worked. She got to use her money while she could still enjoy it. Her daughter complained for months. She took our inheritance. No. Dorothy used her own equity. and her daughter still got $190,000 she didn't earn. That's alternative 2. Reverse mortgage. Stay in your house, but spend your equity now. Alternative number 3. Leave your house to someone or something else entirely. Not your children. Someone who will appreciate it or use it for something that matters. I watched a man named William do this. William was 88, widower, owned a beautiful property, 5 acres, house and land, worth $890,000. His son Robert assumed he'd inherit it. Already had plans to subdivide the land and develop it, while William was still alive. William found the development plans in Robert's car one day. Blueprints, 5 new houses, maximum profit, his 5 acres, his sanctuary, his life's work maintaining that land. Robert was going to pave it and build McMansions. William went to a lawyer that week. He donated the property to a land conservancy trust, a permanent conservation easement. The land can never be developed, ever. When William died, the house and land went to the trust. They maintain it as a nature preserve. William's name on a plaque at the entrance. Robert got nothing. He sued, lost. The property was William's to do with as he wished, and William wished for it to remain land, forever. Robert still drives by sometimes, furious that he can't develop it. But William's 5 acres is still wild, still beautiful, still what he loved. Not 5 cookie-cutter houses generating profit for a son who saw land as money. That's alternative 3. Leave it to someone or something else. A charity, a trust, your grandchildren instead of your children. Someone who will value it, not just sell it. I'm 92 years old. I've made my decision. I'm selling my house next spring, as soon as the market improves. I've already found a senior living community. Nice place, not a nursing home. Independent living. 1-bedroom apartment. $2,800 a month. Everything included. My house will sell for around $680,000. After fees and taxes, I'll have about $610,000. The apartment costs $33,600 a year. I have maybe 10 years left if I'm lucky. That's $336,000. I'll have $274,000 left for care, comfort, life. And when I die, my children will split whatever's left. Maybe $50,000, maybe less. Maybe nothing if I need expensive care at the end. I told them last month. Patricia cried. Dad, that house is ours. We grew up there. My son Michael said we were counting on that. I said, I know you were, but you shouldn't have been. I'm 92 years old. I've lived in this house for 58 years, and I'm tired of maintaining it. I'm tired of the stairs, the yard, the repairs. I'm moving somewhere easier, safer, better for me. And I'm using my equity to pay for my life. They argued, they pleaded. Patricia said, what about our memories? I said, your memories aren't in this house, they're in your head. You can remember your childhood anywhere. You don't need to own this building to keep those memories. Michael said, we'll take care of you here. You don't need to move. I said, I don't want you to take care of me. I want professionals to do that. And I don't want to burden you with this house after I'm gone. Selling it, dividing the money, fighting over who gets what. I'm solving that problem now by selling it myself. Here's what nobody wants to say. Your house is not your children's inheritance. Your house is your asset. You paid for it. You maintained it. You own it. What you do with it is your choice. If you want to leave it to your children, fine. But you don't owe them that. You can sell it and spend the money. You can get a reverse mortgage and access the equity. You can leave it to someone or something else entirely. Those are all valid choices. And your children's disappointment is not your responsibility. They didn't earn this house. You did. Every mortgage payment, every repair, every year of property taxes, that was you, not them. And just because they grew up here doesn't mean they own it. Just because they're counting on it doesn't mean you owe it. This is your house. Do what you want with it. If you own a house and your children are already planning what to do with it, stop them. Sit them down. Tell them the truth. This is my house. I haven't decided what I'm doing with it. Don't assume. Then decide what you want. Sell it and spend the money on your life. Get a reverse mortgage and access your equity now. Leave it to someone who will value it more than they will. Or leave it to your children, if that's what you want to do, not what you feel obligated to do. But make it your choice, not their assumption. I'm 92 years old. I'm selling my house next spring. My children are disappointed. I'm free. It's my house, and I'm deciding what happens to it.